welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, I'm Natalie, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys why I quit taekwondo part 2. And yeah, I did a part 1 of why I quit taekwondo, and that was like bullying and all of that stuff at taekwondo. This time I'm going to be and I'll leave that in description, the part 1. But this time I'm going to be talking about what happened at boot camp in 2018 when I tested for my 3rd degree in December. So that will be what I'm going to be talking about, and pretty much it takes 3 years to become a black belt. So in 2017, so I got my 2nd degree in 2015, and I got my 1st degree in 2013. So I got it early because of, you know, my because we were testing every month. So then in 2017, I was supposed to test for my 3rd degree. I was supposed to test for a midterm star. But then, because I fractured my foot March 2017, March 4th, 2017. Then, pretty much, I couldn't test for the star because my instructor at the time was like, oh, how are you going to test for the star? Blah, 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 you can't even break boards, blah, blah, blah. Then I didn't test for the star, so I couldn't test in 2017. So then in 2018, in December, I tested in December, and pretty much what the boot camp is, you do your form. There's five points, so rarely anybody gets 5 points for the form. So I did it the best I could. There was a person that came out of town. She was in like the judge. Then a guy was the judge and another guy was the judge, and those 2 people didn't like me at all, because if you watch my first part of my why I quit taekwondo about the bullying and stuff, you guys will know. So pretty much at the boot camp, I did my form, and I actually did my form really strong and really good, but I only got a 3. So then I was proud of myself because I practiced my form all by myself, because my new instructor, which didn't like me because he's friends with the girls that bullied me, that's in the first video, so go check that out. He never helped me, so then I had to do the form all by myself. So then pretty much what happened was I got a 3, and then the boards, they had people who don't know how to hold the boards, so they held the boards, and I could do the axe kick, I could do the boards really good. But then when it was my turn, I did the axe kick really strong, and I hit it in the middle, like really strong, and I followed through, but it didn't break. What's up with that? So what I've noticed is that you're supposed to hold it like this, right? So you have the board, and they push up like that on it when you break the board, so you don't break it. I've seen it, and it's happened to me. That's what happened. Couldn't break it. And then, yeah, so then, then sparring, I got a 2 on it, so that was good. So I got 5 points. But what happened was that a lot of people didn't break the boards, like, on the 3rd try. So the lady let everybody else retry except me. What? So then I asked my instructor why, why didn't let me retry, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, she wouldn't have passed anyways because she didn't pass the fit test. And the fit test, it's like 50 sit-ups, 30 push-ups, and like 10 sets of kicks, 10 sets of combos, 10 sets of punches, blah, 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 under 5 minutes. Well, I did that under 5 minutes. And the girl who bullied me, this is favoritism for sure. The girl who bullied me didn't do it strong, and she didn't do it under 5 minutes, but she still got a point for the fit test. I didn't though, and I finished under 5 minutes and I did it strong. Favoritism, that's what it is. So then, this was during Christmas time, so this was the day of my grandma's church, like singing Christmas song, church, whatever, and then it was the day before the gala. So then, I was so upset because they didn't give me a retry. Like, even if I didn't get to pass because that lady wanted to not give me a point for finishing and being strong on the fit test, it's favoritism. She still should have gave me a shot. She still should have gave me a retry anyways. But it's favoritism, and whatever. Like, then after that, I was so pissed off and I was so upset, and I was actually crying, and it's so messed up because, as I said, the lady did not let me retry. She let everybody else retry. She, gave the girl who bullied me a point, and that girl didn't even finish under 5 minutes and didn't even do it that strong. But I finished under 5 minutes and I did it strong. How does that work? How does that work? Favoritism. So then, we went in the car, and my mom at first was mad at me, but then I told her what happened, and then we, we talked to the whatever, and then we went home, and then my dad was like, oh, did you pass? And then I was like, no, and I was like crying, whatever, and he's like, why? And then I was like, well, it's not my fault. Then I told him what happened, that the lady didn't let me retry to break the boards and didn't give me a point when I finished under 5 minutes and did it strong for the fit test, and blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, that is bullcrap, that she let everybody else retry except you. And then I'm done with this studio. I can't do this anymore. I get set up like this all the time, and at that point when the person said, oh, blah, 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 and then and said, like, when the instructor said, oh, well, she wouldn't have passed, and like blah, 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 at that point I was like, didn't even let me retry. So it's a setup. You don't want me to pass. You want me to fail. So then, pretty much they wanted me to fail. She didn't even let me retry. And, with the whole fit test thing, you gotta be kidding me. So then, I went to, my dad's like, okay, then, stop taekwondo. I hate seeing you, beat yourself up and, work so hard and, see yourself, get set up from these people, and just, it's not a good environment. It's toxic. It's dumb. It's stupid, whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'm done with this studio. So then, my instructor let me retest. So I did get my 3rd degree, but then in the middle, after I graduated, I'm like, okay, I'm done with this studio. And honestly, at the point, I was like, I feel disappointed in myself for quitting and stuff like that. But then at the same time, I'm like, I don't need these toxic people in my life. It's a toxic environment. I'm done. And the problem was that there was a studio that's 15 minutes away, then there's a studio 30 minutes away. So or there's a studio that's 45 minutes away. But the only good studio that wasn't toxic was 45 minutes away. And I'm not going to be driving to Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday 45 minutes away. So, I was like, okay, if I lived over there, yeah, I'd totally go to that studio. But, yeah, it's very messed up what happened. And I wanted to tell you guys what happened, and if you're in any situation like this with any sport, any people, anything, anyone, then just get out of that environment. It's not worth your time. And I still had a great Christmas, even though what happened to me. My dad wasn't disappointed in me. He was like, you know what? You tried your best. They didn't give you a retry. It's on them. And they, it was her deal with, you doing it strong, and, the fit test, doing it strong, and, under 5 minutes, and she didn't give you a point. It's favoritism. That's what he said. So he wasn't disappointed in me, and the decision I made of stopping taekwondo, he's like, finally, you actually decided, finally, not to go there anymore, because it's not worth your mental, and it's not worth your time, and toxic people are not worth your time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're in any situation like this, just get out of there. Just leave. You don't need those people. So, and I did it for 9 years, and I did X-May for 4 years, and, I love being on stage, and I have to give it up for my mentalness, because I just couldn't do it anymore. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time, and you're worth it, and give it a thumbs up, and I'll leave that description below, part 1 of, why I quit, and yeah, so peace out, bye.